Well, hello there, everyone. Greetings and welcome to CyberCast After Dark. Man, we're going to have a good time today. I'm actually really pumped about today's episode. Because we got Kathy Chambers in the house. She's one of my best friends in the whole wide world. Much love for the Kathy Chambers. And man, this is just fun. I know a lot of people are in Vegas right now. A lot of people having fun doing the Vegas thing. And for those of us that maybe didn't be able to have the opportunity to go, this is our little mini Vegas, right? Where we get together, we talk cyber stuff, we have a good time. Hopefully, we learn from each other. And at the end of the day, let's have some FUN fun because I want to have some fun. I think that's something that's been missing in the cyber world for a little bit here lately, and I'm sick of it, and I'm going to do something about it today. I've got a special treat for you, but let's not waste any more time. Let's get Kathy, bring her into the show. Let's see if I can actually do that. There she is. Kathy,
Hello.
good to see you.
It's good to be here. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm super excited. I'm so glad you were able to make it. I'm so glad to have you on. Most people do not get the opportunity to see me and you do the me and you thing we've done for a while.
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking about that the other day. We're on jawjacking together, but with other people. And then we're on Anticast together, but with other people. And it's been, 2 years since it's just been me and you, right? It's been a while.
Yeah. I mean, well, we did CEH version 10?
11. Yeah.
CEH. So this is how and we're going to get into that. So I don't want to give too much of it away, right? But that was 2020. You watched me almost die from COVID. That was fun. I remember I had watched a bunch of music videos from the 80s as I was sick and just had nothing to do but watch TV. And I come back singing Taylor Dane.
Yep.
And we were having a great time in the studio.
Hey, real quick. I can't see us on YouTube. Can you see us on YouTube?
That's a great question.
Can the chat let us know? It could just be me and my screen.
If chat, let us know. Are we visible? I assume people can hear us.
I see like, what's up? Let's go.
Yeah. So I think everybody's good to go. I think we're good.
All right. I can't see us, but that's
okay. Let's see here. White Hat Sheepdog asks, I'll put that on here. I forgot I got this over here. Where's White Hat Sheepdog? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here at the top, right? No. Interesting. So I'm looking at the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
And they're a little behind than Restream. I guess it takes a minute.
Okay, that's probably that's probably what's going on.
Scroll in here. But he's asking about, will there be a reunion episode with like you, me, Wes?
Yes,
Sophia,
that's what everyone. I said. Yes.
You know, only you could get that all scheduled though, right? Like you're the queen of scheduling things. I know how much fun you have.
Oh God.
Scheduling.
Oh God. You're right though. I'm the only one that could do it.
Yeah, you'd have to make that happen. But I'd be totally down for it if you can.
Yeah.
If you can scrounge everybody together, then
let's do it.
It's on the table. It's absolutely on the table. All right. We've kind of hemmed and hawed about it a little bit now, but we got to get to some stuff, right? Because
that's why people are here.
I don't do well when I haven't had my tackling fuel. So we got to get fueled up. We're gonna have a special pour for you good folks tonight. The evening pour. It just keeps getting better and better and better because Kathy and I decided, what would be fun? Double pour, same time, no takebacks.
All right. I don't drink a lot of Monster. That's not my thing. So
that's okay.
I brought my own. So this is my thing.
What do you got tonight?
Whoops.
You got a Diet Coke?
The camera, Diet Coke. This is my thing. I had put it in Discord not long ago.
Okay.
Wine. I wasn't going to drink actual wine on the show. That would have been an interesting show, though.
Wine connoisseurs are going, you shall not drink Diet Coke from a wine glass, you brute.
I'm breaking a lot of rules. What do you got? What kind of Monster you got?
I'm going OG, right? I got to do the wine, the Monster Teeny, the Montini, as we call it.
Is that what you did when Jacob was on, right? I thought it was white.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we did White Lightning though. It was from a mason jar. Yeah, we did a mason jar. We did like Pappy's old mason jar. So first we got to get the crack. You got to get the crack
in the mic. Okay, let me try.
All right. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Nicely done.
I got one thing right today.
And then, yeah, right.
It's been a rough day, y'all. It's been a rough day for me today. This show's the best thing happening. All right. Here we go.
All right. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah.
You're way more risky than me. I stopped way ahead of the my laptop's like right here.
Mine too.
All right. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, man.
That's good.
How do they do it? How do they do it?
All right.
They've obviously made some sort of pact with the devil.
Now I'm ready. So somebody asked me in the chat earlier about coffee. I love coffee. Absolutely love it. So if we ever meet in real life land, and you want to be friends, I will take coffee, Diet Coke.
Any day of the week.
Any day of the week. Any time of day, too. And some people are like, oh, I can only drink it at certain times. Nope, not me. I will still sleep like a baby at night.
Oh, are you that kind of person?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's bad. It's terrible because that means I just drink way too much caffeine.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me at all. So it's bad.
So this is where I'm getting a little upset with Restream. I got to be honest with you.
What's going on?
We're live. Everybody's telling us we're live.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing chats from like my boy White Hat Sheepdog. They're not showing up in. Oh my goodness. That is my fault. You know what? That is all me. I'm an idiot. This is what I told you right as we started, right? That I have this fear that I forget to do something, and I totally did.
What'd you forget?
And hopefully
I still don't see us on YouTube.
Things.
So
my word.
I guess people are seeing me.
So I'm guessing some people are watching us.
Oh, I see.
They gotta be watching us on YouTube though, right?
I see us now. I see us.
All right. Yep. Son of a gun. Well, at least we didn't get too far down the road. Right? We've only gotten past the evening pour. So sorry for those of you that missed it. Now it's probably showing up.
Did everybody miss
I told you.
I'm so sad.
Yeah. No, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. I hate.
All right. Sorry, guys.
I told you I'm so jazzed up about a special thing that I have prepared for you tonight specifically. And it might become a thing if everybody enjoys it. But yeah, so the thing is I had the old. Okay, I'm learning. I'm learning on the fly. Like this whole Restream thing.
FedEx says he could see us. FedEx said he could see us.
So yeah, FedEx, let us know, where are you watching this at? Are you watching this on YouTube or right? All right. So CJ says he saw it.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter what we see. It doesn't matter what we see.
Kathy was trying to watch on YouTube and she was saying we weren't showing up there.
Yeah.
So for those of you that jumped in on YouTube, sorry.
I see us now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Restream has this thing where you have to go in and you have to connect it to the specific stream on YouTube, not just connect to YouTube. So I forgot to do that. That's my bad. My bad, y'all. There's my wife. Right. My wife just jumped in and says it's live, but with Jerry Ozier. It should now be fixed.
Dang, I cannot get away from Jerry Ozier. I finally make it big time, and here comes Jerry Ozier stealing my spotlight.
He's everywhere. That guy. Now people are showing up. I knew when I saw the thing. So yeah, I do find it. Let me look and see. FedEx, did you tell us where you're at?
That's funny.
Let's see here. There's a 20-second delay. And
he said he got the whole thing. FedEx said he got the whole thing.
Right. Well, all right. Well, we'll see what happens after the show. But now that everything should be cooking just right, let's
we should probably have a conversation or something.
I mean, if we must, I guess no, I'm kidding, everybody. That's why we're here. This is the fun part of it, right? Now, one of the big reasons that I wanted to specifically have you on, not because you're my friend, we've chewed a lot of grass together, but because you are. Yeah, I'll just throw it out. It's not like you're a SOC analyst. It's not like you're a pen tester or anything of that nature, but you definitely are very involved with and kind of influential in a lot of ways when it comes to cybersecurity. And I know for a fact, because I've known you for a long time, that when you woke up, when little Kathy Chambers was a wee lass, she did not go, I cannot wait to be in IT and cyber stuff.
No.
That was not your aspirations. You started from a broadcasting background. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. So I started in broadcast news, and I was a news producer for more than 10 years for local news, and then worked in network news for a little bit. And how I ended up in IT cyber is I don't actually, I've talked about working at IT Pro TV, but what happened is IT Pro TV was acquired, and they were growing their library and adding IT and audit content. So the first call was from a mutual friend of ours named Brad. He called me up. He said, "Hey, Kathy, we're launching a new product for audit, and we need a host, and we need somebody who can just come in here and knock it out." And I said, "Cool." So I joined the party, went to IT Pro TV, and hosted over 200 audit episodes. Like, I don't even think I'm exaggerating. Like, it was more than
It
like,
was it was
yeah, it
crazy.
was crazy. It was more than 200 audit episodes. I used to joke that I could be an auditor now. And then after audit was over, I was just kept asking, like, can I please do something like IT or related? And I got lucky because they said, well, Daniel needs a host for CEH. And I didn't really know a lot about cyber at the time. And I was like, sure, why not? And we had sat across from each other, and we got along like right away. But then we were in the studio for hours. If you've taken CEH, it's a beast.
It's
So
well, at least ours was, right?
yeah,
Like our
yeah.
our version of CEH, because we don't leave any stone unturned. No,
No,
no. That's
no.
that's not how that's not how D Lau and Kathy roll,
Yeah,
right?
we
If it's
covered
an
every
objective,
bit. Yes.
we going over it. And
Yeah.
and not just like, I can really appreciate people like Professor Messer,
Mhm,
who does a great job of getting out there, putting out free content. He's got great paid content as well.
mhm.
And that's totally cool. Go out there. He's a skilled guy. He's a good presenter. I think he's retired or something at this point. But he's put out this content for years, but that stuff that you usually see with him is very quick, very fast to the point. I'm like, here's what we're gonna do today, and we're gonna do it. I'm gonna show you how to do it,
Yeah,
and
it was
we're gonna
cool.
explain how it makes sense. I feel like when we were doing that, you were learning like a ton.
Oh, yeah, I learned so much. Yeah, and it was like I got to play the student role, basically, and so anytime Daniel said something that I didn't understand, that was my cue to, like, jump in and ask the questions, so that was really cool. So anyway, I ended up liking it. I was like, "This is kinda cool," and, I had been a news producer for many years. Those who aren't familiar, the producer's the one who writes the show, gets the show together, pretty much does everything behind the scenes for the show. I said, "Hey, Daniel, what would you think about starting a cybersecurity show?" And of course, he was on board, and we had like a little powwow with our director Caleb, and like we came up with this format of like, we're just going to bring really cool people on, and we're going to talk about really cool stuff. And I told Daniel, "Hey, who do I need to know to get on the show?" And Daniel just starts naming people. And I like have a pen, and I'm like frantically writing these names. It's like, you got to talk to John Strand, Tim Medine, Mike Saunders, Jerry Ozier. And I'm like writing these people down. And then there are a couple people we worked with who were like, "Good luck getting those guys. Those guys are so busy. Good luck." And literally, guys, I don't know what it was. Like within a week, I had John, I had Tim, I had Jerry Ozier, I had I was like, "You guys don't know me very well."
Yeah.
I'm very convincing. So they all came on the show, and we started our own community. And 2 years doing that, I got to know so many cool people. I finally went to Wild West Hacking Fest and met them all in real life land, and that was cool. And my community just like exploded from there. It's been really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, it was crazy to watch how fast you incorporated yourself into the cyber community. I mean, you were a case study on how to get your butt into the cyber world quick, fast, and in her. I mean, you should write a book like,
I
the
may.
10
Let me
things you
let me
can
write
do
that
to
down.
get into cyber fast.
Get into cyber fast.
Yeah, she's writing it down.
Yeah, I'm
Right. It's
writing it
time to
down.
do
I'm
that.
writing it down. Yeah, and what's so cool about the community is that it's not a lie that we're like really open to everybody. Because some people are like, "Are you really?" I'm like, yeah." Like,
Yeah.
I'm the perfect example of that. Like, everybody just let me in. Like, I wasn't a pen tester or a SOC analyst or anything, and they were just like, "Cool, come join the party." Shout out to Jerry Ozier. Like, because of Jerry, I had like 100 new friends overnight. Like it's just been really cool. It's been cool. Hi,
It has
Simply
been
Cyber
cool.
community. I know TMSC is in the chat.
That's
So
right.
good
Team
evening,
SC, everybody.
yeah,
Team
we love
SC.
Team SD. Yeah.
We do. We do. We enjoy the Team SC quite a bit. But that's, like I said, I thought you were just like, when I was watching you kind of get into the cyber world, I was really impressed. And then, of course, we just clicked. I mean,
I said
Kathy and
we
I,
are an acquired taste, y'all.
it's kind of true. Not everybody
We're
enjoys
not everybody's
the
cup of tea.
the Dan and Kathy show. But hey, what are you gonna do? Right? Is what it is. It's been that way my whole life. Probably for you as well, Kathy. Um, I do find it interesting, like that you were able to kind of take what you knew about getting things done and learning and everything and like pivot that into cyber really fast. I like to brag on my Kathy.
I
You can't see it. Hold on. Let me help you
I
out
don't
here.
think you can see it.
Let me help you out. There you
Oh,
go.
there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I got an
Over
Emmy back there. Yeah.
got our Emmy
Yeah.
over there by the lamp on the table, everyone. Okay. Like,
Uh,
how many of us have any Emmys? Let's see here. No hands going up. I didn't think so. Only Kathy's. Only Kathy's.
um,
So obviously it goes to show that you have a lot of drive, a lot of determination, creativity, and those are really kind of like some major points that come into the cyber world. Like if you've got that in you to be that way, all you got to do is now start to see where can you apply that into cyber. Now, another thing that you started doing is you're in a PhD program, right? Can you
yeah.
tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a PhD program at the University of Florida. I think if you guys follow me on LinkedIn, if you don't, please do because it's fun. That's where I spend most of my time. I had posted a picture of me with this big camera because that's what we used 10 plus years ago, in the middle of a cornfield, or it wasn't a cornfield. I'm sorry, canola field, I believe, in out Oklahoma. And when I was there, I was producing a show for agriculture for Oklahoma State University, and I fell in love with agriculture. Very similar as to why I fell in love with cyber, because the people in agriculture are equally as awesome human beings, right? So I fall in love with ag and I'm like, I love agriculture. And then fast forward many years later, I fall in love with cybersecurity. And I'm like, it'd be really cool if I could combine these two. And I did, right? Cybersecurity and agriculture is huge. The industry is very vulnerable right now. And so I'm getting a PhD in agricultural communications where I develop education programs for farmers and the food industry to protect their businesses. So it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like I work full time, so I'm just taking classes when I can. It's going to take me probably 5 to 6 years to actually finish the program, but I like it and I'm learning a lot. And eventually, you'll see more content and stuff from me come out about that. So
Yeah, and
that's
I,
a
for
whole other
one,
part of my life.
very looking forward to
Yes.
seeing what you do because obviously Emmy award-winning Kathy Chambers makes something. It's going to be Emmy award-winning Kathy Chambers making something, and but back to the point of I really enjoy because so you grew up right, like you say, out there in the Midwest,
Yep.
and now you're taking to see everything come around full circle and start to incorporate all these things that you've done, and now you're finding your own niche
Right.
in the business. See, this is where we take advice and we take a note, kids. We get our little pen and paper and go, maybe I should find a niche where
Yeah.
everybody, and I try to tell this people all the time, find something that nobody else is doing, lean into it hard and make it your own, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to make you stand out. That's what's going to help you. That's what's going to at least it's going to make the pool of what's the word I'm looking for here? Kathy, help me out here. I'm having a hard time tonight. I haven't had enough monster. That's the problem.
You
I had
have
my
enough
stream not
monster.
start. I
Well,
didn't
it
have enough
just it
monster.
just opens up new doors and new opportunities, and the more people you meet, the better. We constantly talk about networking. like to the point of exhaustion. Sometimes I feel like if there's network, you gotta network, but it's so true. It is so true.
Yeah.
That networking is key. And, some people, and this is a whole other topic, but they're like, should I get a degree? Right? That's like a question that you see like
Yeah. Yeah.
every single time. Should I get a degree or should I get a cert? And then people go back and forth, and it's like this big long conversation of should I get a degree or should I get a cert? I will tell you that if you get a degree at a university, like let's put aside how you feel about higher ed and education, put that aside for a second. When you are at a major university, that opens doors. End of story. It opens doors. You meet more people. There's alumni. There's connections. Like, if for anything else, no matter how you feel about higher ed or how you feel about tuition cost or if it's a good enough education, it puts you in the room with people that you would otherwise not be in the room with. And that is one of the reasons I'm getting my PhD. I have already met incredible people in cyber just from being a student. And I don't think we talk about that enough. That's just my soapbox. Sorry, I'll get off. Get off my soapbox. Right? I'm a little bit of a nerd.
Over.
I am a nerd when it comes to school. I love school. My husband doesn't understand it. He's like, I don't understand why you keep going back to school.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I like it. I like it.
I mean, you make some valid points though about higher education. So I've been. People ask me, should I go to college? Should I go to university? Is the degree worth it? And I think that there are pros and cons, right? And I think Kathy did a great job of laying out some of the pros and some of the big hitters when it comes to pros, right? There is a lot of opportunity that comes from going to university and college, especially if you're going to the right schools. If you're going to the schools where people know that quality comes out of for this specific thing, they're going to be looking at, and that's been historical, right? That's never been not the case. Yep. If you know that if your lawyer went to Harvard Law School, you probably got a decent lawyer. And law firms are going to be looking and scouting from those specific schools for those purposes. And the same thing happens with IT. So they're out there. You just got to look for them. You got to find them. I want to say RIT, RIT is one of them that's very popular. Obviously, MIT, Georgia Tech.
Right.
There's one in the Dakotas as well, if I'm not mistaken.
DSU, Dakota State University.
Thank you, Dakota State University. So you get into the right schools, and so if you've got kids and they're looking to get into cybersecurity, they're thinking that's the field I want to go into. Obviously, you want to tell them you better study, you better do well, and because these schools are expensive to go to. So if you want to pay to play, if you want them to help you get in, you better have a great academic record to make it worthy for them to have you. You got to just even to get into entrance. Right. So it is useful. I mean, I don't like structured school. That's just not me. You know what I mean? I don't do well in a classroom with a lecture and and someone's up there for an hour just kind of talking at you. I don't really like that. But that doesn't mean all the things that you've said are not true about it. So if you don't like that, it's still worthy to look into to whether or not you would be able to do that.
Right. Yeah. And I think that maybe for undergrad, that's kind of the story. PhD is way different. You choose your own path. Like you choose your own research. You choose your own conferences. You choose where to submit papers at conferences. Like it's kind of like a mini career while you're going through it. And it's just like anything else, right? You get out of it what you put into it. And I could very easily go get my PhD and probably never really talk to anybody or go to any conferences or do anything, right? Like I just have to turn in my papers and just do the work, right?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, no doubt.
I can go to class, I can talk to the professors, I can go to the conferences, I can enter my papers. Like, it's just like anything else.
I love the way you put things, man. It's just
come on.
The straightforward, just like here it comes between the eyes. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, what are you gonna do? Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any less true. Now, does it?
I put on LinkedIn. I was like, if you want to get to know the real me, then watch me hang out with Daniel.
Dude, us in the same room. Yeah. We are some no BS, like straight shooting. Yeah, we were talking about when people go, hey, let me get your honest opinion about something. We're like, whoa, hold on. You're asking me for my honest opinion. Are you sure? Like,
Yeah,
just take a
please.
beat.
Please don't ask me for my honest opinion if you don't wanna know, because I can't do
Right.
it. I've even tried. I'm like people ask me something, I'm like, "Okay, Kathy, make sure that you give a very, like, delicate answer and a politically correct answer,"
Yeah.
and, like, I'm telling
Very
myself in my
diplomatic.
mind,
Right.
but out of my mouth, it does not floweth that way.
It
And
flows
it's like,
only truth.
"Truth, truth, 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 truth." I can't help
Oh,
it.
man.
I can't help oh my gosh, you know what that reminds me of, Daniel? You guys remember the movie Liar Liar?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
that's probably one of the funniest movies ever made.
When I saw that movie in the theater, I was laughing so hard. I was like, from doubling over, I was
Yeah.
pushing myself out of the seat.
I need to watch that again. Like, I remember
This
crying, I was laughing so hard. Yeah,
deserves a rewatch. I
yeah.
mean, can you
That's an old
imagine if
Jim
that was,
Carrey
I mean,
movie. Yeah.
the unfiltered, brutal honesty that if that were the case would
Yeah.
be such a crazy world. Oh, man.
Okay, I guess I'm not that honest, I'm not I'm not that honest,
Right.
but
You're
I
not
am
liar,
pretty
honest.
darn
Especially when
close.
you go, "Can I have your honest opinion?"
Mhm. Yep.
It's like, "Eh, so why do you do this to me? Like, why do you ask these questions that you don't really want my honest opinion? You just want me to back your play. And if I think it's true, then I will. But if I don't, you better be ready because
Tech Grunt says, "Sounds like a challenge to have a conversation with both of you guys at the same time." Yeah, we're fun.
yeah, you would
Yeah, we're
have
fun.
to
You'd have a good time.
we're very strong personalities,
Mhm.
and you would have to get your words in.
Yeah, be
Don't be
ready.
afraid. You have to say, and it's funny. A lot of people will say, "Well, I didn't want to offend you or anything like that." I'm not one that takes up offense pretty easily. Kathy, you seem to be the same way as
Yeah.
well, just from the years I've been around you. You can call me just about every dirty name in the book and insult my ancestors or whatever you feel like doing, and I'm like, okay. And now, like, you seem upset. Well, what seems to be the problem here? Let's get to the bottom of it, right? Now that we're beyond the emotional side of things, let's get to the issue that you got going on, and let's see if we can't resolve that. And I'm not saying I never get mad or whatever. Usually, it comes from when something specific. Line crossing, obviously, will get you hit.
You went straight to the violence.
Listen, man, there's only so much of it. Like, there are barriers
Oh,
and
God.
boundaries, but like telling me you don't like something about me
Right.
or whatever,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it, right? Everybody's got their own way of doing things and stuff like that. But, you know, if you can understand that, that's fine. Like, not everybody has to be the same. And I just had
Mhm.
that epiphany years ago of not everybody has to be me. Not everybody has to be like me, and that's fine.
Right.
And as long as you can get past that yourself, if two people can learn that, it's the odd couple kind of thing, right? You learn how to adjust to that. And we've kind of gotten off topic of cyber, but I'm gonna bring it right back around. Is if you're working with a team and you got people that you don't line up with, you don't let them know, hey, you know what? I don't really think that way, but I want to look at it from your perspective. And I want to give you reasons why I don't like that. And maybe we can come to some sort of compromise in the middle, right? Working on a team is just as important as having skills, being able to do that. If I'm on your team, you don't like what I'm doing, come to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if we can't work ourselves around it. It's that easy. Apparently, I'm intimidating to people. I don't get that. I don't understand what's going on with that. But let's hit the chat. Let's see
I
what
see
chat's
some
got going on
questions.
here.
Some
Yeah,
questions.
we got one from Fight Like Wolves. Do you
Love
guys have
that.
any tips? I'm clicking on the show. I don't know if it's showing up on the screen. Do you see it, Kathy? This is in YouTube.
Mm,
I'm clicking on the question.
there's a little delay, so
Okay,
I
so
have
it's
to
just taking a
wait.
minute. I don't know what's going on with Restream tonight. Anyway, they Fight Like Wolf says, "Do you guys have any tips for someone going to Wild West Hackin' Fest for the first time?" Great question,
I do.
Kathy. Go for it.
Yeah, don't be shy. So you will find, they've all coined it hallway con, which is the cons that happen in between the talks. You will find pockets of people just in circles talking. Just Move into the circle. Most of the time, people will like kind of part ways and let you get into the circle. But don't be shy. Just sit at a table with people you don't know. Get into a circle of people you don't know. Everybody there is ridiculously nice. There's actually a no a-hole policy that John Strand talks about up on stage. Like, if you have an attitude or you're rude or whatever, you're out. You're out of the conference. So those people aren't there. The people that you want to meet that are kind, that are willing to help you, willing to answer your questions, they're all at Wild West Hack and Fest. So don't be shy. I know it's hard. It's also okay, I think, for your first time to be like a passive observer, just kind of stand and listen and learn what people are talking about. But just get in there and have a good time. It's supposed to be fun. I know it's stressful for people to be around a lot of people they don't know. I don't get that way, so it's hard for me to relate when people are like that. Like, I'm like, more people the better. But yeah, just don't be shy. Daniel, what do you got?
Yeah, I loved the don't be shy is probably literally the best advice you can have for going to any con, honestly. Get out there, put yourself out. This is one of the most difficult things for people to do. We see it, I mean, like, so here we are, the situational extroverts of the group that go, "Oh, I love having conversations. Oh, there's my friend, there's my friend, there's my friend." And this is your first con, and you're showing up and going, "I don't know anybody here. I'm the new person." Right? Like Kathy said, everyone's nice. Sit in a sit in a talk, right? It's going to be awesome. You're going to hear something great. You're going to hear some information that you probably didn't know. You're going to write notes. You're going to be like, "This is interesting." So that's always good. So take good notes while you're there, because you're going to see some amazing stuff. I would also say take advantage of the Q&A sections of the talks. Man, a lot of people would, because they're, again, it's hard to raise your hand and speak up and say, "I've got a question." It's hard to have a question. But what you should, my advice, what I try to do, if I see a talk I like and I can see what it's about and I know what it's going to be on, I can start to think pregame. Okay, what would be a good question to ask during that Q&A time, and have that bad boy ready to go.
Yeah.
And that benefits not just you, but everybody else that's there. And like, it's almost invariably the first time someone cracks the seal on Q&A, then the dominoes just start falling, right?
Mhm.
Everybody starts asking questions then, because now it's like, "Oh, cool." Because your question might make them think of a question, and now they have a question. And then as soon as it goes, and then that's the best part, that having that one-on-one time with that speaker that you don't get to do that with every day of the week, and they're right there in the room going, "Here I am. Do you have any questions?" Please go there with questions ready. And now you've set a talk. You see other people that are in there. You got people sitting around you. Go, "Hey, what did you think about Bob?" Just reach over to somebody. Don't say hello. Don't say, "My name is Bob." Don't be like, "How are you? Where are you
Don't
from?"
be
Just
weird. No, just
just
kidding.
reach over and go, "What did you think about what they said?" Like, you've known them for your whole life, and say, "What do you think about that particular point? Man, that was really interesting. Have you had experience with that? Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't." And now the conversation's going, right? You're starting to talk. "Hey, what are you doing? Which talk are you going to next?" Then right? Now you don't have to follow people around or anything like that, but that now you're familiar with them. You see
Yeah.
them at another talk. "Oh, hey, how's it going?" You're building that. Now you're shedding off a little bit of that anxiety of your first con. Go, and so when you sit talks, have good questions ready. And then when you can get incorporated into a circle of people having a conversation about something you're interested in, you got something interesting to bring to the conversation. You don't
Mhm.
have to just sit there and lurk. Sometimes that's cool to do. You just kind of, "That's an interesting topic." Hmm. And then you bounce out. But if it's really good stuff, you're really interested in that, you want to get in on that conversation. Go, "Hey, I was listening to you guys' conversation. Do you mind if I ask a question? Do you mind if I get your comments or your opinions on X, Y, or Z?"
Yeah. And you can do what I did, right? I made friends with everybody on LinkedIn long before I went to Wild West Hockey Fest, right? Like, I had like a whole, like, my team was calling me the LinkedIn lady because everybody I met said, "Oh, I've seen you on LinkedIn. I've seen you on LinkedIn." So it wasn't like total stranger. It was my first time seeing them in person. But I was like, "Hey, I'm Kathy. We connected on LinkedIn." And then all of a sudden we were friends. So like I said, everybody's super cool. I would network before you go though, if you have a chance.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you never know who you're gonna meet up with there, and then you get to do
Mhm.
the whole IRL thing and go, "Oh, yeah, yeah, this is so cool to be able to actually meet you," and okay, well, you guys wanna hang out, you wanna follow you maybe go to talks together, get lunch together, sit together, and then you build those real friendships, and guess what that's called, kids? Networking, right? Now you all may be like, "I'm trying to break in," or, not hiring managers, but that's totally fine. Building that network in that way is going to be your best way of getting your name out to other people because they know people you don't know and you know people they don't know and so on and so forth. All right, I saw some questions in the
Ali
chat. Let's see here.
Alicia has a good question.
Alicia does have a good question. How do you find your niche?
Mhm.
Did you try a lot of things or did you have an idea of what really drew you into where you are? I know you went over a little bit, but what about in the beginning? Kathy,
In the beginning.
how
Yeah,
did you find
I'll
your
tackle
niche
this
in the
one.
ag?
Yeah, well, it's that's such a long story. I don't have enough time. I need 2 shows, Daniel. No, I think
Part 2.
that so what drew me to cyber was the doom and gloom side of it. I am from a breaking news background, right? And cyber is like top stories all the time. So I was just really interested in the global aspects of cybersecurity and all the terrible sides of cyber. I know that sounds bad, but that's like what interests me initially. What interests me, agriculture interested me many, many years ago, and I always wanted to kind of go back to that, right? And I didn't have a way back to it that made a lot of sense. And so the more cyber stories I read, which is a whole other thing that everybody should be doing, is reading cyber news every day, listening to Daily Cyber Threat Brief with Jerry Hosier every day. The more those stories came out and the more I kept hearing agriculture in those stories, I was like, hey, I should marry the two. I love both. I'm passionate about both. And what can I do to get there? And so that's what I did. And then James McQuiggan and I are going to have a whole lunch webinar on this pretty soon, like in a couple of weeks, or actually August 12th. I guess that's next week. But we're going to talk
It comes
about
so quickly, doesn't
it
it?
comes so quickly, August 12th. So keep an eye out for that, promoting myself. We're going to talk about how you can build upon the strengths you already have. That is so
Mm.
important. Like, I didn't have to go back and learn how to communicate. I didn't have to go back and learn how to write. I didn't have to go back and learn how to, I knew all that. That's been my
That's so
whole life.
funny because it's almost invariably the other way
Yeah,
around. Like,
right.
we're a bunch of tech nerds that are like, "Ooh, tech stuff. I'm an introvert. I like to sit here with my keyboard." And listen, guilty as charged. I was totally that way. But being around people like Kathy, who's like, "Let's have fun. Let's go do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, fun's fun. I like fun. We should do more fun stuff. Why am I not having fun?" Like, yeah, fun is good. Let's do the fun things. So it's funny that you're going the opposite way. You've already
Yeah,
got all the
now
soft
I'm like,
people
need to learn
skills.
more tech, but I already have all the soft skills, So yeah, I'm opposite of a lot of people.
That's
Daniel,
see, that's a course you need to give.
so you didn't, just dive into well, I guess you kind of did start off hacking things in your younger years.
I did a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you just kind of fell into it like that, right?
I was always a bit of a tech nerd.
Mhm.
I was that kid that took a phone apart when he was 4 or 5 and was like, "What does this do?" You know, uh, my dad, who was a truck driver, we didn't have a lot of money and we definitely didn't have like new tech in the house because we didn't have money to have new tech. But because he was a truck driver, every now and then he would bring something cool home because it would be like, "Here, take one," as he's unloading a truck or whatever. And one of the things he brought home one time was a Texas Instruments computer in 1982 or 3, and it had like cartridges that you plugged into it and a keyboard, and that was my first computer. And I was like, "This is cool." And then as I grew, I kept so yeah, I've always been on that techie side of
Yeah.
things. And of course, you start watching movies that have tech themes to them, especially around the doom and gloom stuff. I totally was drawn to that. Listen, I was a bad kid, right? I mean, in a tech sense where I was drawn to the dark side of like, you mean I can manipulate these things and break into stuff? That sounds awesome. And so I did a little bit of that and I never
Yeah.
got caught, thank goodness. But yeah, that's where I kind of found my way. And that it wasn't really a job back then though.
Right,
You
it wasn't
know,
a thing. Oh, it was a thing, but not
but not like
right,
a big thing.
right. Yeah, we weren't getting
Right.
attacked by other countries in that way. We were getting attacked in different ways, and now it's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the worst thing you had to worry about back in those days was like a virus or whatever.
right.
And I want to. Alicia had a follow up question where she said, "How did you find your niche? Do you try a lot of things? You have an idea of what you really drew to where you are? What about in the beginning?" And it's just like it's a passion thing,
Oh,
uh,
100%. Yeah.
right? Like you had this passion, like for broadcasting, IT, and you got into the doom and gloom thing, kind of drew you in
Mhm.
about cyber. And of course, agriculture is one of those things that's extremely important to any country. And you're like, I love all these things. How can I make a make a path to that?
Mhm.
And so that's what always impressed me. I was like, oh, she's smart. Kathy's smart,
I'm still
right?
learning. I'm a lifelong learner, which I never really heard that term. That's like a really popular term now, right? But it used to not really be. I didn't know I had a term. Like, I didn't know that that's what I was. But
Right.
apparently
Yeah.
that's what I am, and
Some
I
of
know
us
Daniel.
just kind of get
Yeah, I know you're like this too, but if I hear something and I haven't heard about it before, I will go down the rabbit hole. And I'm like Googling stuff and chat GPTing stuff. And then all of a sudden, like what was the thing? The first hoodie. Okay. So somebody, I
oh,
said, I was sitting there one day and I thought, how did the first hoodie get made? Oh my God. I totally went, I mean, it was 2 hours in to
right. And
the
then you
first
look up from
hoodie
your
got
laptop and you go,
made.
how is it 3 in the afternoon? I just started at 8 a.m. with this hoodie thing.
So anyway, it's kind of like that with cyber. Like you hear something you don't know, and I know it's really hard
Right.
because people are like, "There's just so much information." I'm like a kid
It
in a
it can
candy
be a
store.
deluge.
I want it
Yeah.
all. I want to learn all, but I promise you, you'll find your passion. There'll be
Yeah.
something that you're like,
It
"This is
will
it. This is
it's like
it."
as soon as you key on it, it'll just light up like a path.
Yeah.
But you do have to start with the foundation
Oh,
so you can see where
100%.
everything is,
Mhm.
right? If you don't start with the widest thing and go, "Okay, tell me what cyber is. Explain cyber to me." "Okay, now I know what that is." "Okay, tell me the categories of cyber." "Oh, okay, now we're starting to whittle things down." Now that I know what each one of these categories are, you know what really piqued my interest was SOC analyst. That
Mhm.
sounds cool. Creating firewall rules, setting up seams, catching the bad guys. Or maybe it's like, I want to be a forensics analyst. I want to get in there and do DFIR. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be, carving files out of hard drives. Right. So as you learn and niche down, that's where you're going to find which path is exactly right for you. So
Yeah.
that's where you got to start at the beginning, foundations, and then start to whittle down to the space. All right, I want to hit White Hat Sheepdog. He's got a question that says, Is it a good idea to volunteer in cyber events, or is it a waste of time? Kathy, what do you think?
It's not a waste of time, especially if you're just getting off the ground. I will tell you, it does prevent you from joining circles. Okay, so when you volunteer, you have a job and a role, and whatever your job and role may be, will prevent you from actually joining conversations, right? Because you have a job to do. Like even if you're checking in people, yeah, you're saying hi and kind of getting to know people. Um, but it's hard because you're working. Daniel can speak to this too. The past few conferences we've been to, we've had to work the conference. And it's the same thing when you're a volunteer. You have to work the conference. So while you are meeting people, I mean, I recommend doing at least a couple of conferences and volunteering, but I wouldn't stay in that role. Make sure that you stop at some point so you can join the conversation, you can go to the talks, you can start meeting people. But I do think it's a good first step.
Oh, excellent. You got a good question from Fight Like Wolves. Kathy, I've worked multiple years on a farm in Texas in the past. I'm curious about what area of agriculture do you feel is the biggest vulnerability to cyber?
So I'm going to stick with what I'm researching. I don't like to talk about things I'm not really familiar with. So right now I'm focused on farmers and co-ops. So for those in the chat who aren't familiar with a co-op is a group of farmers that can span across a state. They can span across multiple counties, multiple states, and they run a business together. Okay. A farming business is just like any other business. They have the same vulnerabilities as every other business. So right now, each year, ransomware has increased to all these co-ops. And at first, of course, my mind went like to the worst thing, right? I was like, all these countries are trying to shut down our food supply and they're targeting our farmers. And like, I thought the worst. But the more I researched and the more numbers I got and the more I talked to people, that's not really the case. The biggest threat is that they just don't know, right? They haven't been through security awareness training. Right now, we're telling all the farmers, hey, you need these cool tractors that are automated. You need drones. You need what's it called? Precision weather forecasting. So you need all of this stuff, but we're not telling them how to protect all their stuff. We're just telling them that they need all this cool gear. And they're getting all of it so they can increase production and they can do everything faster and they can get everything out the door. But they're not even doing the basic protections, right? They're not updating their systems. They're not even updating their passwords, and they're giving same passwords to like all their employees at the co-op, and so it's just basic security awareness. And I think that's one of the biggest threats right now. And hackers are smart, right? And what they're doing is they target them right before harvest. All right. So right before harvest, they're like, you can't have access to your systems. You can have nothing until you pay 10 grand or whatever. Well, of course they're going to pay the 10 grand, right? Because they're going to make more money.
That's their money, right?
That's their money.
They're like, pay 10 grand to make a few million. Of course, I'm going to pay the 10 grand.
Right. They're going to pay the 10 grand, but it's an easy payday. Right? It's an easy payday. It's low hanging fruit.
I love how you put it out there that, it's not that there any really, yes, the technologies that they use might be quote unquote different, right? There's automated tractors, but they're using things like drones. They have other types of automations that we might not see in our day-to-day lives. But at the end of the day, it's just a host that connects to a network that has software that's running on it. That's probably Linux or something like that. Right. And it's just a big IoT machine that makes food, right? That grabs food for everyone. So you nailed it, Kathy.
And they have customers' information. They have customers' information on their computers, right?
They run businesses.
That grain's going somewhere.
They don't just pick up one day and go, I think I'll go deliver this to a random person.
Yeah. And some of them, the larger the farms, the more stuff they have. And, we're not talking about how they can protect it. And so ransomware has been crazy town the past few years. I mean, it's been so bad that the FBI released a warning to the farmers like, hey, just so you know, this is happening. But we don't talk about it enough. Because there's all of the other crazy things going on in the world. So
we got enough crazy going on every second day of the week.
Enough crazy to go around. Yeah.
But you know what I want to do? I want to, instead of crazy, I like to have fun. Now I teased at the beginning of this, but you probably didn't see this, but I also put it in Discord and everything that there was a special event tonight that I wanted to do. And Kathy, I gave her a hint of what's going on. But she is going to be our first contestant.
Oh, gosh.
And Who Wants to Be a Cyber Pro? Or something like that.
I'm not really good at game shows, so we'll see.
It's okay. It's just for fun where the points don't matter. It's like, whose line is it anyway? Who cares whether or not you do well? It's just because, like I've been saying, man, I think that we are just missing fun lately. Because of all the not fun stuff that goes on, that I want to have some fun here.
We're going to have some fun.
Right? So we're going to have some fun tonight. Kathy's our first contestant. She is going to be playing for 10 bazillion, simoleons or whatever you want to do.
Let's do it. 10 bazillion.
And we're gonna play the game, right? So Kathy, here's how it's gonna work.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the question. So I'm gonna need to share my screen.
And
once you see the question, let's see here. I do want to grab a screen. Where's that screen?
So this is Daniel's first time, so everybody be patient. We're learning together.
This is all here you go. Okay. Here's your first question.
All right.
Okay. Now the way it's going to work is you have lifelines, right? You have 50-50. I can tell you 2 that are not it.
Okay. All right.
And then you can narrow it down, right? You can phone a friend. That means you can look for someone in the chat.
Okay.
And specifically ask them, and only they can answer. Okay, chat.
Oh, chat. Yeah. Only the friend.
Right?
Only
the friend can answer. So don't answer these. Don't answer these questions. Don't be throwing answers in the chat yet.
Okay.
Or I was going to do a poll, but I've totally blown up the whole. I can't do polls, so we'll have to have 50-50 or phone a friend.
Okay.
Or we'll poll the audience and just say, put your answer in the chat because I
Okay.
can't do the poll right now because I totally blew that up. But
That's all right. That's all right.
shall we begin? Are you ready to play? Who
I'm
wants to be
ready.
a
I'm
cyber
ready to
pro?
play. And so excited DJ Bisek showed up. So be ready because I might phone a friend.
Okay.
let's
Okay.
go.
Good to go. Question number 1. In the 1983 film War Games, what was the name of the supercomputer that protagonist David Lightman accidentally hacks into? Is it A,
Mm.
the War Operations Computer, B, HAL 9000, C, Whopper, or D, Skynet?
Oof. I haven't seen that one. Don't be disappointed in me, Daniel, but I have
That's
not
okay.
seen.
That's okay.
I would like to do 50-50.
Okay, 50-50. We will remove
Okay.
Skynet D.
Okay.
I guess I can do that. I can just remove
Oh,
that.
look at that.
Right? Bam. And that one.
Oh, I'm going to
It's
say
either
C.
A or
I'm going to say C.
C. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer. Yep.
The answer is C. Whopper. Very good job.
Yay!
Excellent
Gazillion
work.
points.
You did it. Nice, nice, nice. Congratulations. Very well done. Are we ready for the next question?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Question number 2.
All right.
What is the common name for the physical hardware that connects a computer to a network, often found as a card or an integrated port?
CPU.
Is it
D.
is it A? Let me read the
Okay,
things,
sorry.
right? Is it A, Nick? Is it B, son of a motherless rat? Is it C, Ethernet cable? Or is it D, CPU?
Can I go back up to see the question again? I probably answered
Oh,
too fast.
sure.
I was
Yeah,
just
sorry.
guessing.
I didn't mean to scroll. I just
Physical
did that.
hardware. Okay, I know what that is. I know what a network is. A card and a port. A.
Going with A. Is that your final
Yep,
answer?
that's my final answer.
You are on a roll, Kathy
Woo!
Chambers.
See, I had to reread the question. I had to reread the
Yeah.
question. I'm glad I did. A.
Does help.
All
All
right.
right. Are we ready to move on?
You, DJ B-Tech. I haven't called on you yet.
Yeah, you still got that lifeline ready. So let's hit number 3 here. Question 3. Which of the following is an example of a brute force attack? Is it A, repeatedly guessing a password until the correct one is found? B, sending a malicious email? C, putting the computer in a full Nelson until it cries? Or D, stealing the computer's hard drive?
It's A.
A, is that your final answer?
Yep, that's my final answer.
Final answer it is. You have
Yay!
You are on a hot streak, Kathy Chambers. Hot streak.
Haven't needed you yet, DJ B-Sec, but you're on standby.
He is on standby. All right, moving to question number 4. See if we can't stump her with this one. In the movie Hackers, what is the handle of the lead character played by Johnny Lee Miller?
Oh man, it's been so long.
Yes. Is it A, Zero Cool? Is it B, Crash Override? C, Turd Ferguson? Or D, Captain Zap?
I'm going to call on DJ B-Sec. It's been, I can't. My mind's a blank. So DJ B-Sec, please help me out.
All right, DJ B-Sec and DJ B-Sec only. Throw it in the
DJ
chat.
B-Sec can help me.
We're waiting for TJ Williams says C sounds entirely more fun. But only DJ B-Sec. All right, hopefully DJ B-Sec is typing in. We're just waiting for it to show up in the chat. I'm guessing there's probably a bit of a delay.
Off.
As you asked him to.
Yeah, I told him to stay around.
Yeah, I guess that does bring up a little thing in my thing here. There is a delay in the time from when people hear us talking to before they, can respond. And then I think there's a bit of a delay when we get
he
back
says,
to
I see it. He says Zero Cool. I'm going to go with A. I'm leaning on DJ B-Sec for this.
Okay. So in the movie's Hackers, what is the handle of the lead character played by Johnny Lee Miller? Is it Zero Cool, Crash Override, or you're going with A? That's your final answer. Zero Cool.
That's it. Yep.
The answer is B.
Oh!
Crash Override.
Dude!
Well, yes, Zero Cool is his original hacker handle. The handle he goes by throughout the film is Crash Override.
You tricked us.
Tricky question.
Oh.
I know. There's going to be a little. Sometimes they're going to be just a hair's breadth away from being the right answer. But again, it's all in good fun. All
right, or
but
3
heck,
for
you're doing
4.
really well so far. You're still 3 for 4.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to question 5. Question 5 is, what was the name of the first computer virus to spread in the wild, quote unquote, which infected Apple II computers in 1982? A little history. Is it A, the Melissa virus? Is it B, the apple worm? Is it C, elk cloner? Or D, the monkey butt worm?
Oh, man. Can I do 50-50 again?
You're out of lifeline.
Oh, I'm out of lifelines and I'm out of
You're out of lifelines.
I'm on my own? Okay.
You're on your own.
Gosh, B seems like an obvious answer, but I feel like, do I go with the obvious? Because usually they have fun names. I'm going to go with the obvious. I'm going to go with B.
Okay. B, the apple worm. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Well, it's D, the monkey butt worm.
I was going to say that because it's always something crazy. Elk cloner. Okay.
It is elk cloner. I know. Honestly, this was one that I was unfamiliar with. I always thought the Melissa virus was like one of the first, but this was specific to the Apple II computers.
Okay.
82. And elk cloner.
Can we? Is there more? First of all, this is really
there's one more.
Oh, there's one more. Okay. I'll talk about it after we're done.
Okay, here we go. Last question.
All right, last question.
How many questions have you gotten right so far? You've gotten 3 right and 2
3
wrong?
right. DJ B-Sec let me down, so I got 1 wrong because of him.
1 wrong because we're blaming DJ B. Just bust chucking him.
We're friends, so I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally fine.
All right. One more.
All right, let's get that last question.
All right.
Which is, what is the name of the encryption method that uses a single key for both encryption and decryption? Is it A, the janitor key encryption? B, asymmetric encryption? C, public key cryptography, if I can get that out? Or D, symmetric encryption?
A single key for both encryption and decryption. I'm going to say C.
Public key cryptography. Is this your final answer?
It's my final answer.
Oh, no,
I was between C and D, and I was like, oh, symmetric could be 2, and it's both. And yeah, I talked myself out of it.
And I'm glad. I'm actually kind of glad. Let me get because that was our last question. I can stop sharing my screen. I'm kind of glad that you got that one wrong, because a lot of people have trouble understanding the difference between asymmetric and symmetric key encryption. Okay. So one, asymmetric means you have 2 different keys. Symmetric means we use the same key. It's symmetry, right? It is a mirror of the same thing. So I'm kind of glad. That's a very tricky question that a lot of people would easily get wrong. So you did very well.
Can we take a moment for the first 3 that were very cyber focused? I got those right. And those are because I listen to Daniel Lowry sometimes.
She does sometimes, every now and then. But that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun with this. I had a lot of fun like cooking these.
No, this was fun. I like this segment. This is fun.
Yeah.
We got to keep doing this. Yeah.
And it only took us like 10 minutes to get through. We had
DJ B-Sec, I'm just picking on you. We're still friends.
You're giving him all.
But next time I'm calling on Fleetas if he's in there.
he says Daniel was tricking us by adding both names. I blame Daniel. Well, actually, if you want to be technical, you can blame Gemini, because I just basically asked Gemini to kick out a bunch of questions for me.
Yeah. Everybody's telling me.
But they were good ones.
Yeah, symmetric makes sense. I talked myself out of it. I do that a lot. I'm a terrible test taker. This is why I'm a terrible test taker. I overthink things.
This guy right here.
But I'm proud of myself for knowing the first few.
You did well. Every time I take a test and I pass it, I'm like, I cannot believe that just happened. Did I really pass this? It's amazing. Well, Kathy, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I could keep talking. I'm sad that we got to go.
I've got a hard stop at 10 o'clock. I've got things to do, but man, This was a great time. We will have you back on. So much fun. Thank you for joining us. And thank
Yeah,
you,
it's been
everybody
fun.
out there. Yeah. Kathy, let everybody know what they can do, where they can follow you. If you got anything cool coming up,
Yeah, I
we'll
got
give
some
you the
cool
mic for the
stuff.
last minute or so. Go
Yeah,
for it.
so August 12th, please keep an eye out on Simply Cyber page for an announcement for a lunch and learn from me and James McQuiggan. That's on August 12th. And then on August 14th, I will be on Simply Secure podcast, also with James McQuiggan. It's a lot of Kathy and James. He's a fun guy. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So I appreciate you guys for all being here. Who said I was 50% right? Wayne, just so you know, I'm always right, even when I'm wrong. So just throw that out there.
That's a true story right there. That's hard facts, kids. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. We really appreciate you stopping by. And until next time, keep hacking.